Hi guys, my name is Cynthia, and today it is really early. Like I still have morning voice. I just wanted to get out here because the plan is I have to plant the veronica that I have down here. I also have to remove my verbena from the circle garden, and let me show you the disaster that is. So I have to move the verbena because it is getting mold and I'm not gonna live like that anymore. And as much as I love the verbena in here, I think it's like whimsy and stuff like that. Let me show you. I don't know if you guys can see. You can. You see that? I'm not interested in that. All of the verbena looks like that. So I'm just gonna cut it back. I'm gonna deadhead my zinnia and I'm going to reseed some more zinnia plants. I also went ahead and you can see that I did this whole new planter thing here. I did remove this big concrete planter. I'm so tired. I did this all yesterday after work and I'm exhausted. I was like, I'm going to get up really early so I can beat the sun. This concrete planter is going to go in the front of the house. I'm going to do another pot here with the other evergreen in there. And then, I don't know if you remember, but inside that concrete pot, there were all these serendipity allium. So I put it in there, I watered it. I think they're going to be fine. I'm going to start doing the front of the vegetable garden today with the serendipity allium, and I will probably be moving some from that garden also. I was going to let it bloom and be beautiful, and I still might do that. It really depends. If it's like a small one that has no bloom heads, I am going to move it. But there's things I need to plant. Like I bought lavender when I went to Maine that I want to put over there. I want to decide what coneflowers I'm doing over there because I have stuff that is over there that needs to come over here. And I thought about waiting for the fall, and then I thought, why wait for the fall? You know what I mean? So I have a shovel, my kneeling pad, and my gorilla cart. I am also going to go ahead and finish that shade corner in the garden area because I think I just want to get stuff done today. And I am going to harvest a little bit. I have some tomatoes that need to be harvested, some peppers, I think, and maybe that's it. So I'm going to bring all that stuff over there and then we will get started. I have to do this now. It's already so humid today. So we're going to get it done. Okay, so today's plan, I'm going to start the serendipity allium right at the edge here and just continue that way. This side of the bed gets, or this side of the garden gets extreme sun. I believe starting at 10, like full, hard, hot sun. Like the sun will be up on here soon, like around 8, but it's going to be like burning hot around 10. So after that, if I have enough time, I will get some more alliums and start this side of the bed. I did order a ton of bulbs from Color Blends. I suggest you guys do that now if you're going to get garlic, if you're going to get bulbs of any kind, you know, any kind of specialty type bulbs. Otherwise, you can buy them at big box stores or your Costco or something like that. But I bought a ton of tete-a-tetes. I think I bought 200 to 300 because I'm going to line the entire front bed. And I figured tete-a-tetes would look really good because as the tete-a-tete foliage starts to die, we'll have this gorgeous grassy allium texture come through, and it will like mask the dead tete-a-tete leaves. Oh man. Um, Another thing I'm going to do this morning, let me show you, is I am going to remove uh, this planter here and put it over that way. You can see I have a bag of mulch down there. I'm going to clean up this whole area. You can see there's no mulch at all here, and I'm going to mulch it. I did add some plants here. They are suffering. Don't pay any attention to them. They'll live one day. Anyway, I just wanted to finish off this area here because we're going to grow some grass here. And I put like the Brunera, some Jacob's ladder. Just it looks really, really, really bad. I also did water them, so that's why they're flat. But they will, they will live. I might, What I might do is actually cut them way back, and I probably should do that so they don't have to support all that foliage. Yeah, I'm going to cut them back and let them grow in. But this area is what we're going to do today. We're going to get rid of these alliums and put them in the between the neighbor and I, that garden, and then I'm just going to mulch this area. But first, let's do these alliums because that area is in the shade for most of the day, and then we'll do those alliums and harvest, water, all the things.
I cannot believe how easy this process was, and I really think it is because I killed off the grass earlier in the season, so it was completely crispy, and I just used my Hori knife to scrape it off and dig out the little hole. So I'm definitely going to link this Hori knife. I got it off of Amazon. It is my absolute favorite tool in the garden.
I am extremely impressed with how far I was able to get. Now, remember, that was just a tiny little basket full, barely anything. I am going to remove a ton from the shady garden because there's just so many there. And I will probably reseed some more. So I'm impressed. Now, I could have probably gone, a little bit further apart, but I wanted to create this like dense hedge essentially. So I could also go to the store and buy some more serendipity allium, as they are extremely popular. Yikes, speaking, it's too early for that. You can see the sun is starting to come over and it's still really, really early, so I'm happy to be done. I thought about digging up some more, and maybe I will, and move to that side because that side is still in shade. So that's something I'm possibly thinking about. I haven't decided yet because there's still so much to do today. And I might just leave that for another day. But I'm really excited that I got this far already. You can see I plan just to go to the edge. So I probably need like 8 more clumps, small clumps. Maybe. Well, I think it's the same length that I already went, so maybe 10 more clumps because this was 10 small clumps. Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, Cynthia, why are you removing the allium in the shady part and putting it to another garden? That is because there are different alliums. These are serendipity, and I really like their upright structure. Holy words. Um, and these, I had these all around the front of this garden prior, and they flopped. They were like flopperina. And so I don't want anything flopping. I want the blooms to be extremely up. I'm going to water these in, and then we'll continue with that shady side of the garden.
I did a little weeding. I also did decide to put some paper down just because a lot of those little alliums were coming back up, and I wanted to ensure that I suppressed them so that they wouldn't grow back. This was extremely heavy and is going to live there until I get the dolly. So you can see that I just added just one bag of mulch right now because I have more plantings I want to do in this area. So I decided not to overdo it with the mulch.
Sorry if the sound quality is not so good because I don't have my mic on, but I wanted to go ahead and show you that now this area is mulched, not at best, because I am planning on doing something here and moving mulch over anyway. I'm thinking about putting like one of these, eventually when the season is over, bringing over one of these guys to the corner so I can plant, I don't know, something really pretty, maybe flowers that are shade. I don't know. We'll see. But I didn't want to like put a heavy load of mulch here because I feel like that would be extremely wasteful. But I'm happy now that this section is over. I did just leave this here because it is extremely heavy. And in order for me to move it, I have to either bring my dolly or drag it like I was. And I was able to drag it over the creeping Jenny because that is, like, when I tell you, a really great ground cover. It doesn't even look like anything happened to it, and it was squished and I was stepping on it. Yeah, so I was okay with doing that. But when I redo this entire garden section and I move all of the perennials to the one side and or to different parts in my gardens, I will be able to move this over there, which is where I want it. I really want, so you guys know I am getting a greenhouse, or I have a greenhouse, we just have to build it. And it is going to go, let me walk over this way. I would walk through the center of the garden, but I have it blocked off because of bunnies and everything else until we finish the greenhouse build and we finish putting up the fence. This is where the greenhouse is going. My plan is to have the greenhouse start at about here and then go back. We are going to take a few limbs off of this gorgeous evergreen. Just one limb, actually, a few. That sounded crazy. Just this, like half of this limb here. But my plan is to have the two blue spruces flanking the greenhouse. I think that'll look really pretty. Yeah. So that's the plan, to bring that container over here and flank the greenhouse. But I'm really happy with that. Now let's go plant it in my veronica and remove verbena. I am really happy with that placement. I think it's going to look really great. If it starts to encroach on the planter, I can always move that planter just a hair over, or move the planter altogether and put a climbing rose, which is something that has been playing in my head. The garden center near me has a Strawberry Hill climbing rose, and I can't stop thinking about it. In fact, I'm probably going to purchase it, place it in a container, and figure out what I'm going to do. And I have to look at the hardiness zone because maybe I can place it in this container even. And I think that would look really pretty. But the veronica looks really good there. Veronica, what am I doing? Veronica. It looks really good there. I think it is going to look really nice, as I have three now. 1, 2, 3. And this is the pink potion veronica. And I think it's going to look really, really nice. I decided to put that extra little catmint nepeta right there. Now, let's move on to removing some of this verbena. Don't look, it's a hot mess. But I know you're like, removing the verbena, where are you going to put it? Let me show you. So, see that little sunspot there? I'm going to throw them all there. Um, I know you're thinking like, oh my gosh, you wasted time, money, seeds, but it was a $2 seed packet and I winter sowed it. So I feel really good about it. I only like grew 4 in the basement. So I'm not too distraught. I just can't have that powdery mildew in my garden that is like for my aesthetic eye. I hope you guys understand that. But I'm going to put it over there and it'll reseed like crazy and it'll be something really pretty and it'll like help the wildlife. That's I have a lot of what is that called? Butterfly, not butterfly bushes. You know, the stuff that butterflies need. Milkweed. I have lots of milkweed back there and it's gone a little crazy. So we'll just throw some verbena back there now. After I pull out the moldy verbena, I am going to go ahead and just throw some of these seeds down. I feel really bad about this verbena, but it needs to go. Look at the mold. Let's pull one out so you can see the mold. Ugh. You can see all of the mold spores there. I'm just not going to deal with that, but I am going to plant it back there. It still has a wonderful root system and it's going to provide some wonderful pollinator action back there and it'll still be beautiful.
It was a lot easier pulling these out. I do feel a little bit bad, but again, I am going to replant them, so it's not too bad. I just don't want to have any kind of mold in my garden.
Okay guys, we are down to the end of the video, the best part of the video. It's harvesting and it's not even 10 in the morning yet. I don't think it's even 9. I don't even know what time it is, but I got here pretty early. So today we're going to harvest some tomatoes. You can see here, these are my Tyrant tomatoes, I believe. No, San Marzano. And they are looking so beautiful and ripe. And I'm excited to, yeah, get it going. Oh my gosh, my tomatillo. um, let's go ahead and so, well, you know what? Before we do that, let's get some of these cucamelons. Cucamelons? Mouse melons. Have you guys ever had mouse melons before? I highly recommend. They are this small. I've eaten so many of these. They're so good. Look at the inside. It's like it almost tastes like a watermelon, but a cucumber. And I highly suggest these. I think even if you want to cut them in half, but I wouldn't because the burst of the bite is the fun part, I think. But this with cherry tomatoes, with like arugula and some mozzarella, balsamic vinegar, garlic, and some olive oil. Oh my God, they're so good. So whenever I harvest little things, I have these. These I actually got at Home Goods, but I know that you can get them on Amazon. I will link some on Amazon, but I got these from I think it was Home Goods. Maybe it was Amazon. I don't know. Either way, you can get these from Amazon. I'm just going to pick some of these little mouse melons. And then I'm going to get my pruners and cut off the tomatoes. But first, let's get some mouse melons. I like to just honestly, I did say put them in a salad, but to be honest, I like eating them kind of fresh and warm from outside. They're so good. It's almost like a sugar snap pea. You know what I mean? Like the ones you can eat. Delicious. All right, let's start harvesting. Oops. So cute. There's so many on here. They are absolutely so fruitful. I totally recommend. I think next year I'm not going to grow these on the trellis as they are kind of, I don't want to say the word invasive, but they're a little crazy. And so I think I'm going to plant them in their own container, a really tall trellis. And I think that'll look really pretty instead of doing it along this trellis here. Let's grab that last one. There's probably so many that I'm missing, but not so bad. They are so delicious. So I did misspeak. This is in fact a Tyran tomato. The San Marzano is next to it. Oh my goodness, this poor, I'm trying to get, this little mouse melon is crazy, guys, crazy. I'm just using a set of pruners because I don't want to rip them out. These are just Felco 322s. I think this one is good. I'm scared it's going to fall, and it is. That's okay, I'll grab it. Look at that. Aren't they absolutely stunning? Oh my goodness. I want to like freeze them and make sauce or like paste, I mean, with them. But a part of me is like, eat them right now, you know? Look at how gorgeous. I do want to show you the Paul Robeson starting to color up, which is making me so happy. The next item are these eggplants. I kind of let them overgrow by accident. That was not my intention at all. I just completely forgot about them altogether. So I did get 3 beautiful fairy tale eggplants. These look a little bit light in color, but that's okay. I'm going to roast everything. I am going to do some weekly meal planning for my lunch, and that is what I'm going to use those for. Now, some of my onions have, their necks have broken. You can kind of see, well, this one's not too floppy, but this one down here, when it starts to kind of like easily move like that, that means it's no longer going to add any more growth to this onion. Small, but you can see I have other ones and they look fine and they're getting big, but we're going to go ahead and harvest this one. And I think there are others in other beds, but all of these still look like they have pretty decent necks. Let me check my other uh, onion beds. Here's another one that is extremely floppy. You can actually feel it too. It's really flat. So we're just going to pull this one, and looks can be deceiving. Look how large that one is in comparison to what it looked like when it was in the ground. So we'll go ahead and remove that one. I'm just checking them all. You don't want to be too hard because the last thing you want to do is break any necks. You want them to grow as much as they possibly can. Let's move on to this little guy, this bed over here. I don't think any of them are broken in this one, but it's good to check. Nope, they all look great in this bed. Now I'm just looking to see if any of these look like they are broken at all. Is this one? Yeah. So, look, see this one? Broken. Small, but better than nothing. Oops. You can see that. Just checking to see if any of them are broken. So we have a lot of animals that come through here, and a lot of them have ran through this bed, which is why they break. This one is obviously broken. Let's move that one. Again, small onions, but small onions are good. Alrighty. Where's my harvest basket? Not too shabby. I still have a bunch of little tomatoes that are by the house. Before going to the home garden, I realized that I have a banana pepper that I need to get. It is imperative. It's looking quite overgrown. Finally, the peppers are doing something. They were kind of at a lull for a while, and I don't know why, but I did give them some more light, meaning I cut back all of the marigolds. They were everywhere. It was wild. 3 banana peppers looking absolutely beautiful. The next harvest is going to be a large one. You can see that these really cute tomatoes they're ready. They're so ready that one has bursted. Let me show you that. Look at this. Ugh. So we'll get rid of that. And we'll go ahead and harvest a ton of these. And lastly, another eggplant. Wow. I have some herbs to harvest, but I will do that. Not today. But I'm so, so happy with this harvest, guys. Look! Amazing. Look at the size of this harvest. I'm really, really happy with it. There's a jalapeno that I could probably pick right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to give it some time. I also do have to cut back a lot of my herbs, but I'm going to wait until it's a little cooler for another day and stuff like that. But I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really happy that I woke up early and just beat the heat, and it's starting to get really hot and muggy. I'm sure you guys can see me sweating. It is quite horrific. But I want to say thank you again. And remember, if you didn't get it done today, there is always tomorrow.